So welcome back, everyone. My next guest, she was a listener originally, and now, I think it's about 17 years later, she has been on this show. And I have with me Kedzie Morgan. She is with GIA Wellness. We're going to open up the lines to the audience right away. I want you to talk a little bit about the water and what you do. You love our listeners. You love to talk to them and get to know them. And I'm going to let you talk now, too.
Oh, thank you, Carol. It's so good to be back.
Thank you.
New old friends.
And
And,
that's
yeah,
so great.
And so I just wanted to, I always like to say, because my voice sounds so young, but I will be in a month 72.
Wow.
And I like to give people a different image, and if they can see on the Facebook or wherever we find that, they can see that I have white hair, but it's very shiny, even in Arizona, because I drink our water and I spray it on my hair as well. And I never started that way, but we not only drink it, but there are a million ways to use the water externally as well.
Wow.
I never get to mention
You
that.
never do.
No, I don't.
We need to do longer ones once in a while.
I have a list of wonderful things because, and I'm jumping right in, the water that you will receive if you call in, which you'll mention, which I love to share, is not only antiviral and antibacterial, but it's also antifungal, along with super hydrating. So I'll just start by saying we use it externally as well on our bodies. It's first aid. I have a horse. I use it. I don't use any drugs on her. I spray if she cuts or bruises or bites or bug or whatever it is. I spray with water and it takes care of it instantaneously. I'll just say I was far away, over 100 miles away, and I was bitten in the face by a pit bull a number of years ago. What I had with me was the water. And I had obviously been drinking it all day. I was riding my horse because she was a far way away on a pasture. And I had to drive over 100 miles to get home. And I didn't put anything else. And then the other side of that story is our technology that we don't get to talk about because it's too short today. But there are frequencies in all of our technologies that help your body turn on its own healing ability by disrupting the interference that we have to our own natural ability to heal.
I'm going to have to say this because that people don't realize that when they drink water, a lot of people will say, I'm hydrated, I drink water. Well, how come your hands are all dry and you're always thirsty, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what Kedzie likes to do is she likes to have everybody call in here and get entered into win, or everybody gets, I think it's everyone that gets 2 gallons of this water that she wants you to try it. It's the reason why you have to try it is because you can't explain it very well, even though you do it very well.
I can get technical, but it still doesn't get you there.
Right, you have to try it.
It.
And when you experience it and you drink it and you feel what it feels like. Now you know me, I'm a hater of water. I mean, big time. And it took me a long time, but I finally did it. And feel my hands. I mean,
I can see.
Like a baby. I mean, honestly, I want you to tell them how the water became.
Okay.
And then we're gonna leave our lines open here for everyone to call throughout the rest of the show. 602-277-5369.
Okay. So initially in the mid '80s, there was a horrible event called Chernobyl, and the nuclear power plant blew up. People were relocated all around that area. And people were having massive health problems, obviously. And one group that was relocated to a southern Russian mountainous region not only didn't die, they didn't have the horrible health effects, but they were getting healthier and healthier. And the people that generationally lived there were super long-living, healthy people, even farming when they're 100 years old plus. So when the scientists came to that area to figure out what in the environment could possibly be creating this, not only phenomenon for the people that were already living there, but the new people from Chernobyl that were exposed to nuclear radiation had completely different outcome than all the other people. Well, they narrowed down the environmental, let's say, similarity to what everyone was doing the same, was the water naturally coming out of the mountains into their aquifer. They used it for everything. But those scientists couldn't see or figure out what was different. They moved on. Our scientist, being Russian, was already part of the commission to research. As a nuclear physicist, he said, it has to be physics instead of looking at it in a different way. He received samples for years, at least 5 years, and he finally figured out what it is about that naturally occurring water that made it so healing. And this is what he worked 25 years to replicate so that we, anybody, can have this water and make it yourself even, but
Right.
at least try it.
Now, I just had to have a drink of water, and it's your water, okay? And I did put a little bit of flavoring in it, okay? But I will tell you something, and I'm telling you right now, I hate water. I don't know what it is with me, right? And I started using it for a reason, because my dog was not well. And you said, well, try the water, Carol.
I
Try
gave
to
you a
put
spray bottle and a
spray
gallon,
Yeah,
and you
I
sprayed
did
it on the affected area that was eating it away.
And my dog got better, and I was like, oh my God.
And you did
right?
other things before doing that.
A lot of things.
You were really fretful, and then boom,
Mhm.
things started to
It
heal.
immediately, and so I thought, well, you know what, I gotta drink the water.
Exactly.
And I am so glad that I do, and I want people to understand it's so simple, really, the system and that it's different. It's not alkaline water, we want them to know that. It's not Kangen, whatever you call that one. Tell them what it is.
It's unique technology, it's one of a kind, and so we were all born with the ability to what's called realign water molecules that love to be magnetized and clumpy and chaotic to each other, which makes water very hard to absorb into the cells.
Mhm.
And so when we're young, up to about the time that we stop growing, so our cells are replicating like crazy, fast, you know how they say kids go to sleep, they wake up larger? Well, I noticed that in my horse even. She'd lay down and boom, she'd be larger. And we grow that way when we're resting, we heal, right? Well, this water activation system realigns clumpy magnetized water molecules into what we call strings of pearls, floating strings of pearls. So imagine if the water goes into your cells, and it's billions of molecules per second, by the way, that's so fast. Imagine if it reclumped on the inside of the cell and it couldn't get out. So it's a loop that our body was designed to do, but like a lot of things, it wanes very quickly at a certain age, and in this case, just about the time that we stop growing. And the other problem and the other side to this is the electromagnetic man-made frequencies that cause massive inflammation on the membrane of our cell, which is where the water has to enter, and it actually blocks it from being so inflamed. So when we have single file aligned water, we are breaking through. We are the ability of this technology is to bypass the interference that is really destroying our health.
And it gets you incredibly hydrated, right?
Not only that, energized, our skin improves, it's the largest organ of our body. We absorb, it's a delivery system. Our cells communicate to one another. It has to happen in water through electrical impulses. We have our own EMF, which is like the earth, but it's being interfered with. And it's a detox system. It's a loop. Think of it as a loop that is continuously going.
Call in here and get the 2 bottles of water. They're 2 gallons of the
And
water.
meet with me too,
And
that's
she
the thing.
absolutely
Yeah.
loves to meet with, they've been doing it for a long time, and
Yes.
you love our listeners. She loves
You'll
to
learn
talk
so
to you.
much.
Because your background also, and I'm gonna give out the phone number really quickly, and then I want them to tell them exactly where you come from.
Mhm.
So, our number here, we're gonna let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. You're gonna get 2 gallons of this water. Our number here is 602-277-5369.
So,
You
my,
as a
my
person.
background, okay, 46th year in the field of natural health, and I'm a practitioner. I work with cellular biochemistry and healing modalities and so forth, but specifically I love to help people learn how to take care of themselves for the long haul.
Mhm.
Not only to repair, but to keep going and being so happy in their bodies.
Yeah, and you know what? You love what you do.
I do.
You've been doing it
I
for a
do.
very long time. You had an issue yourself, I think, if I remember correctly, 17 years ago or whatever that was.
Lots of different
lot of
issues
things.
that I've
But
worked through, yes.
The thing is that you were also searching, and
Mhm.
something came up, and it made sense, right?
Well, I am electrohypersensitive is what you're talking about,
Okay,
and
I think that was what it was.
about 22 years ago, prior to most people even, I didn't have a router, I was extremely low tech, I still am, but I live in
The world.
a condo where there's at least 25 to 30 other people's Wi-Fi's coming into my space, so
Mhm.
I can't control them. So I do a lot of things that we've developed to protect my brain and body and my environment.
And I'll tell you something, you're gonna be so happy that you called in and you did this. So our number here is 602-277-5369, toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. This is not the kind of water that you can just buy at the store. You do use water, good
You start with
quality,
good water,
good
the
water.
best water
And you
like.
create it, and it's happened so fast, and you're gonna love it. Our number here is 602-277-5369. We're gonna keep our lines open here for everyone to call to get this 2 gallons of water, and our number again is 602-277-5369. Hang tight, we'll be back in just a
Thank
minute.
you, Karen.